just don't know, having seen what Reply Totem brought to the table last month. But let's see. Let's not have any, well, I mean, obviously the event site is going to have some preconceptive ideas for sure, as only 2% more than Emma Fantasy's first matchup today, with a 4% margin over the 96 of Reply Totem fans out there rooting for their home squad. And that's tough. That's tough to see. I think it's a little bit closer. Yeah. Not loads closer, but definitely closer. That's quite tough to see. Edgar, Ban out here. I quite like that from Reply Totem with the first drop from Nita coming in, as well as the Riku and the Barley bans, the Bonnie, the Shelly, and the Cordelius ban from Mr.Dosa, bringing in the M's as well. Good starts all round.
You know, I like what they're kind of bringing to the table here. Nita's always a solid shout, but the spike, we know it and we love it. It's very, very solid at pretty much all round. It's very good all round brawler. Great defensive capability, great offensive capability, and I guess that's the same with Ems as well. Friend zoner, the shots coming through. We're going to see the dynamite coming in though, and we know how powerful throwers can be against the likes of Spike, against the likes of Ems, so we're going to need to see an answer a little, well, obviously from the last pick of Mr.Dosa for that, but now they've also got to answer to the buzz as well. And I don't think they've not got answers to the buzz, right? They've got the Ems and they've got the Spike. But maybe you need more.
Great to see as well, everyone together in the Reply Totem camp. Obviously, there in the org home HQ. Buzz, I love the fact that they've also banned the Edgar, you know, by picking the dynamite. They had that plan through Stu. I'm not a fan of Stu here. I don't really think it has a place in pit stop. I've seen it do terribly here, but against the dynamite, it might not be the worst of ideas, but it's not going to do much, especially against the Nita. It's going to have a tough matchup when the Bruce Bear shows its face. Ultimately, that's going to be preserved primarily for the save. And it's an aggressive idea here from Reply Totem. If Mr.Dosa lose control and that Bruce Bear connects with the safe, Hive Bear is going to go to town and it's going to get shredded.
Yeah, but not just that. I mean, how much can Dynamite do to that safe as well? Mr.Dosa are going to have to be in control of a lot of the map because Buzz can wail away at it too, and this is a dangerous spot. It really is kind of like a conventional comp of Mr.Dosa versus something that's just, let's get damage on the safe by Reply Totem, and obviously the throw can be very, very good against the rest of it as well. I think we're seeing Long Dash there coming in from Salty. Maybe not actually, maybe I'm a little bit mistaken, but shots coming through, not able to get the finish off, but Maori now trying to get both of them. The super came through though, got a little bit of a kill there, but Maori still continuing down this right hand side.
It's funny you say that though about Dynamite being left on the safe and how much damage can you really get, because in North America last month there was an instance where the Dynamite was left on the safe and got 100% of the entirety of it. Let's see, hopefully that doesn't happen this time around. There's a life clear up there from Joker. Leaving Zaku on the safe might be a bad thing, but Mario is now spawning in to help defend things off, and we get a lot of consecutive shots for it, and as quickly as that, almost 50% of the safe down on the side of Mr.Dosa. They've got to start to pick things up better here. They've got 29%, not too shabby at all. Salty, question mark, does now start to move forwards and evade those shots, but I was worried a bit for his connection there.
Yeah, it was either the best bait ever or his connection kind of wavered. One of the two. Friendzone comes in, but then now a gadget from Joker there to go forwards as well. Gets the trade, can't really complain about that. They do have the lead, but Emmerich with some great pressure now and getting some shots off. Super goes towards the safe. You got to question if they maybe needed that for something other than the kind of trickle damage it does.
Good connection from Joker goes in and does come out as well. Damage gear in play, but nonetheless able to heal off the back of things and support Mario on the left. Goes down now, but just bought enough time to ensure that left-hand side lane is still taken care of. And now Bruce going to connect. Nice gadget pop as well. A little bit here and there, but it has made some space for Mario to come in now. Consecutive shots are raining in. Damage gear as well. Joker from behind as well. Comes in, but not able to connect with the safe himself. Gets a takedown, leaving it a 2 versus 1, 2 versus 2 now that Mario is coming back into the mix. But so far, so good for Reply Totem, itching further towards his first game win.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain about Joker's play there. Got the kill, deflated the pressure, and got his super back. Just looking to try and stop feeding now, but the gadget comes through. Nice from him, gets the stun onto Emmerich, but no kill there. Shaku pushing forward, and they've got the time to be able to do it. They've got the DPS to be able to do it, but have they got the pressure needed?
Connection will there be there from Maori, gets the stun, follow off as well, big bomb, and then Emmerich, the left-hand side, able to evade it though, and he's able to stay in position now as well. That's a good connection from him. Able to keep Reply Totem back, and damage still coming down here. Salty on the right-hand side, getting a few taps here. Emmerich surviving on, but goes down now, and it should be enough, especially now Joker's on the safe as well. And Reply...
A bit of Nita swiping away at the safe, but it didn't really do too much. I feel like the Nita maybe is the weak spot of the Totem comp so far, but for the slack that he's dropping, Joker and Mario are picking it up.
It needs one of those brawlers where it's not really too much of a concern until it's got super, and then you just cannot ignore it. Salty there with a nice takedown of Maori. Joker just trying to find the gap closed down to Ziaku, but can't manage it. Maori in the middle, forced out again. As for the most part, Mr.Dosa are taking care of house, but just not able to get the damage on the safe, and that's where the reply totem comp is really designed for it. Long dash again from Salty, just able to evade the situation. Gonna be feeding Joker for sure, who now goes on an Emmerich, makes some space for himself, goes on the safe, and damage gear as well. That's gonna be some good percentage. 13% then for reply totem, the first sign from either side.
Yeah, 13% for a couple of swipes isn't going to be a complaint from Joker there. Maru not able to get too much done though, but we see a little bit of a push coming through, but with Salty there, can't really go too far, too aggressive, otherwise he's going to get punished for it. Super comes down now, but Joker's getting some of his own from that little radius that we see coming through, but it's only 13% damage dealt total on the map, and not a lot to show for it for the side of Mr.Dosa here, with still 100% on the totem safe.
Salty's making this stupid work. I'll give him credit for that, absolutely so. And the long dash is definitely an interesting choice, like you say. But, hey, it is cutting the mustard for me. And going in again onto Maori. Keeping him aggressive, keeping him back, most importantly, and gets picked on the way onto Maru. It's going to allow Ziaku to come through, but he is stunned and can't really continue this aggression. Go down eventually, but still a lot of reply totems still standing. Joker's now cleaned up, and Maru's allowed to heal. But Maru is the problem on the left-hand side now with the Bruce Bear to hand. They've got to keep him back.
But all this Mr.Dosa control for no damage is a little bit worrying.
Yeah.
Not even a spike super on save, not even M super to get a trickle down. And obviously we've got Maru with this bear here, should be able to push Emmerich back at some point if he chooses to, but super comes through from Joker. Friend zone is there, gadget forward, might be able to get a kill, does just that. Gets a little bit of deflation, but Maru's going to go down, not going to be able to get anything off either. We need some damage from Mori now, as Emmerich's going to be able to get work done. Super on to save, 30% dealt. Super comes in from Joker, he gets the clean up. Nita Bear's still there as well, and surely this is a totem game to win.
15 seconds. It's going to take a lot of damage, especially with the push coming in. Maru is the problem on the right-hand side. There'll be a split from Emmerich to be able to defend against it, but nothing more than that. And they've got no time to go on the aggressive now, especially not to claim that back that deficit. Reply Totem will take this first set, and it's looking that, if the objective isn't played out, does it really matter to that same extent? There'll be a fantastic thing to see in, another game mode, but in Heist, it is all about just getting that Heist taken care of and the damage needed to be on it. And it just goes to show, with that many takedowns in Heist, to not be able to bring out the objective, it just goes to show how well Reply Totem responded. Going into knockout mode, though, for Bell's Rock up next, and there's still a chance, like you said, I feel, for FA Mr.Dosa to claim back at least a set, and this could be the set to do it. Banning out the G and the Grey and the Cordelius, the Shelly, the Tick, and the RT for Reply Totem, the first early draft in. Mr.Dosa is the Bonnie, and that's a really solid first pick for me. I think it's pretty safe, but it also has that aggressive nature. I think that's probably the best first pick they could have hoped for, really.
Yeah, really can't complain too much about the Bonnie. We know it's very, very solid in the majority of places. Back over to Reply Totem. We're going to have 2 picks now, though, and with a lot of the different things planned out, they're going to choose to go with the Brock as the first. Still with them for the second, though, so they can add to this as well. And obviously, with Bonnie being quite slow, if they pick up a couple of long-range brawlers, then they're going to be able to do all right. But Mr. P, can't say that's what I expected.
Quite like it, though. It's quite good into the Bonnie, and over time, as long as they can earn that pulled spawner, it can go a long way. It kind of deflates ideas like B on the other side of things for Mr.Dosa too. It's definitely got a nice place in the draft that they've chosen for it, so I can understand it. I was on the fence a little bit for Mr. P for a while, but now I'm really on board with it, and I think it works particularly well on Bell's Rock as well. So Dosa got to be cautious. Yes, Squeak. Oh, that was left open here. I didn't even realize, and that is a really great pairing, honestly. I mean, more often than not, Squeak being banned out, it's not necessarily the kind of top flavor of the bans being Cordelius and Shelly, but nonetheless, it's definitely one that you've got to shut down on certain maps and modes, and Bell's Rock is one. Following up now with the third and final pick, and I think this is a really good draft forming here for me. A thrower wouldn't be the worst of ideas if they want to choose to go for it, to be able to obtain a bit of an advantage onto the portal spawner as well. It's going to be better. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not going to be bad here necessarily, but those portal spawners are still going to be an issue. Squeak between the walls can definitely get some damage dealt, so I can understand where they're going for with that, but would have been the worst of ideas to bring in a bit of a thrower idea for control here as well.
Yeah, we'll see what Reply Totem do choose to go for. They're going with something aggressive, bring in the Carl. I do like it though, obviously against the Squeak, against the Bonnie, when they don't have those supers, it's going to be very difficult. And even when a Squeak has super rare, it's going to be difficult, but at least Bonnie can escape it. Same with the Bell as well. If you get close, if you get personal with her, she's going to be a bit of a tough spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a Grom on this map to escape the picks and the bans, which I think is a really strong one to have. But the Carl here for the reply totem definitely going to be able to go on the aggressive more often than not, and they play it so well. And it's able just to kind of like keep its own, hold its own on the left or right hand side here, and just kind of just exists primarily until the later stages of the match, and that's when it can really go in, protect a pirouette more often than not on the super side. But nonetheless, both star powers are pretty evenly matched, I would say. An early break from Maru, just going to give it a lot of space for maneuver, because against the Bell, there's the wise choice.
Yeah, well, Joker being connected with early on, but it's really going to only tickle him at the moment. Not gets that much damage, but Maru puts himself in a tough spot, gets hit, has to pull back. Now comes the bounce and does miss, but maybe it'll come back through. Almost did. And Maru was just standing, waiting for that to get out of the way before he moves anywhere at all. See a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Not really too many shots connecting, but Salty showing his worth.
Yeah, until Maru gets the Rocket Rain, he can afford to be a bit more aggressive, but if Maru pushes the left-hand side and Zek is forced back, and Salty then in the mid could be really in a bit of a problem. Emmerich taking some shots on the right, still struggling to find that first sign of super. And he does need to obtain it pretty swiftly into these later stages, because that's really where Bonnie can thrive. Joker's surviving on. Flying Hook slow, but nonetheless still in the mix here. 400 HP, shooting wondrously well. The How Long For realistically here comes in again. Bit of a waste of a Flying Hook, but does get somehow the security of the right-hand side. Zek is incredibly low, but Emmerich as well surviving on. And the first round will go the way of Mr.Dosa.
I was a little bit confused there. Does the pickaxe carry on if you die mid-Flying Hook? I was a little bit curious about how the kill managed to get kill, or if it was one of Maori's little pets that did manage to finish it off. I'll need to see a replay of that a little bit later on, but with Joker with super now, kind of puts them all in a bit of a tough position, because he can just aggress and go forwards, but Emmerich keeping him back nicely, stopping him from making too many moves by these continuous shots connecting.
Marriage was trying to squeeze forwards, almost took 2 shots there. That would have been disastrous, but just the one gadget still available to Joker's going to use it now. Goes in, protects the pirouette as well. He should be able to come out with maybe a double kill for his time. Emmerich shuts it down just in the nick of time, but only just. Maru staying in position, can't find the final shot. In the meanwhile, though, Maru clears up Xiaku, making that 2 versus 1, and that's the best possible outcome under the scenario.
Yeah, just heads into that gas, stops the super being fed to the Brock, but Mr. P does have another one, plays it quite defensive, far back. No gadgets left from Joker, which makes it definitely a bit more tough for him to make those kind of aggressive plays and almost get the double kill. But Rocket Rain comes down, not going to make any connections, and the slightest wall break did come through, but not that influential.
A lot of utility on the side of Mr.Dosa here is reply totem, who are behind in their supers. The Portal Spawn is going to be coming in though, and that could be a prime time for Maru to use a gadget here or there, but I worry a little bit as Emmerich might be able to jump in onto Maru here, and if Joker's not really able to defend it, it could be a problem. But they've got to wait for the time to do it. Ultimately, they're too close together at the moment. It would be a disastrous thing to go down in what is a good position for them to be in if they can just hold things out. Tech is low, though. He goes in now. Maru gets it. Perfect timing. A 3 versus 2 now for Mr.Dosa.
And the bounce shot hits there onto Joker. He goes down, and a 3v1 is not something that we're going to see Maori coming out on top of. Mr.Dosa going to be able to take their first game right here. Emmerich trying to juke forward. The gadget is popped, but it's just not going to be enough. He goes down, and Mr.Dosa...
Scenarios. They bring up the communication. They start to just be more reserveful of what they bring to the table here. And I think Joker now having all 3 gadgets is going to be that big concern as he exacerbates 2 of them. And I think, you could well be right. That pickaxe, I believe, will carry on after the event on the Carl side. If it was his takedown, I couldn't see on the kill feed whether it was his or someone else's, but we'll check it out in the background as well. Maru's in a great spot here on the left. Just really forcing Emmerich into a spot with the incinerary. But now Salty alleviates the issue. Has the residue as well on the left-hand side. As Emmerich pops gadget, Joker's in a bad spot here. He might not get out of this at all, and he won't. 3 versus 2, a very early one there for Mr.Dosa. They almost get Maru as well.
Yeah, he's very low, and I don't know how they're going to be able to win this. The so pinned back in spawn, and Maori's not able to make too many moves. They kind of just want him to get super, but at the same time don't want to feed Salty his, so it's a bit of a lose-lose situation if he does want to push up. And it seems like he's just going to be pinned so heavily in spawn. The gas seems like might be the best option right now. Does go forward, provide Salty with that super, and this is a difficult spot for Totem now. They've gone from being on top of the world in the first set to being down in the dumps in the second.
A great opportunity, no doubt about it. We were saying coming to this set that this could be the one for Mr.Dosa to bring things back, and they are doing just that. Can they seal it, though? That's the question. They do not want to be 2 sets down at all. Great stuff from Xiaku, tapping massively so, but now forced out of position, low HP. Oh, and the rocket fuel from Mario was good, but the jumping from Emmerich is as well. 2 versus 2 now. A chance to heal up, recuperate. Joker's tapping into Emmerich, and now to Salty, comes in for the final blow potentially, but he'll go down. Forced aggression, a bit overzealous. 1v1 now. We got an ultimate scenario between Emmerich and Mari. Emmerich comes back into tank form, and I think that's the wise choice. Bring back the range advantage and try to earn a jump for the later stages, but Mari is trickling him down though. Ward spawners down now as well. This is a good position actually, turning from a disastrous one from Reply Totem. They might be able to secure this.
I mean, as soon as he gets that super, he's going to be in a great spot. Tanks so much, and the gadget does a heck of a lot as well. Great plays there from Maori. Joker went maybe a little bit too over-aggressive and put his team at risk, but we know that he knows that his teammates are going to be able to bring stuff back.
Fantastic from Mari, honestly. I mean, those scenarios put you under a great deal of stress, and he was able to thrive off the back of things. Now, just 1 round away from getting their first game, but as are Mr.Dosa from taking this set, and Reply to them cannot miss the trick here. They've got to be absolutely on point and really just secure 1 singular kill to give themselves an advantage here. Anyone will do realistically.
Yeah, well, still got a gadget there from Joker available as well. Super comes through from Maru on that left-hand side. Gets quite a lot of damage as well. Brings Emmerich down to 2 shots, but he's answering back and getting some great connections through. Salty trying to get some shots in as well, but managed to pick up his super along the way. Mari's going to be the one who's just going to be sitting behind these, but can't go too close, otherwise the bouncers will start to connect. And now Squeak pinching across, not bringing it down just yet. It's going to require another shot, and during that, Xiaku's going to get hit. Gadget comes through as well, and he's doing everything he can to be able to defend this. Joker goes in, gets 1 shot, manages to get the shots for the second as well, and just like that...
But that was a bit too close to my liking. A chance now to rekindle things and maybe even bring another set into the mix and be 2 sets up here. Mr.Dosa have got more work to do, and that makes this even more interesting now, and lessons to learn as well, no doubt about that. Xiaku pushing forwards very aggressively here. Has the shield, but no longer there. Joker almost picks up the kill. Luckily gets the tap onto Mari along the way to keep him in the mix, but they've lost control now on the side of Mr.Dosa, and Reply Totem getting themselves stuck in firmly into the mid.
Yeah, well, now the shot's going through. Super comes down. Rocket rains there from onto Emmerich, but not getting a lot done. The residue in a bit of a useless spot now as they do back off, and Maori's very, very low. Has to be cautious. It's just backing off, waiting for some spawners to come in as well. Needs to get that, and Joker just still has gadgets in hand. Not going to be complaining about that, but already Mario used all of his, and another rocket rain available. He's tapping so hard, but now the gadget being used by Emmerich starts to push him back, but Mario says no to that and rains down some thunder.
Yeah, Mari's been tapping this left-hand side really consistently well, but Joker goes in aggressive, gets a lot of value for him. Again, will he come out? He gets 1, he gets 2, he's going for second to get a 3rd. He won't do it, but his teammates are there, and that's what's crucial and key. Reply Totem now 1 round away from getting 2 sets in the bag, and Mr.Dosa, they were so close from being able to get a set to be able to even things out in this series, and now it's dwindling.
I mean, this is a tough spot for them now, but they're making some changes. Sides are being swapped. Bonnie's coming down the mid, and Squeak's coming down the left. Not going to be the best match against the Brock, though. He's being outranged, but constantly. Mari's getting knocked up on a bounce out of nowhere. Reverse polarity from Xiaku picks him up and makes it a 3v2.
I love that gadget. I really do. I hope it gets a buff, because it's just so enjoyable when it sees great plays like that. And now it's given Mr.Dosa the advantage. This could well come down to the final round, but it's not over yet. Reply Totem have got some utility. Joker could go in for Flying Hook. We prefer to have Super at the same time as this. They're just trying to earn it. If Mario can get a Rocket Rain as well, it would help out considerably so, but Emmerich would much prefer to hold on to his Super for the next round and just secure this the hard way. Here's the Flying Hook coming from Joker. He gets the Super off the back of that connection. Will he get a kill for it? He finds it! Salty goes down 2 versus 1 though. I don't know that Mario can get out of this. Surely not, right? There's no way that he can be able to 2v1 this. He will go down. 1 round in it. It's going to be a set for Mr.Dosa or 2 sets to Reply Totem for whoever takes this round.
I mean, Joker maybe too over-aggressive, but I mean, it was worth the try, I guess. No supers for Reply Totem, though, and 3 on the side of Mr.Dosa. Worrying spot for them, but Salty needs to throw this out and try and get some value. Emmerich with his jump as well. Obviously, Joker did just use his super, but I think he probably got quite a lot back off it. The shield kill being used up quite quickly by these great taps of Emmerich. And Xiaku now trying to push forward. Mark onto Maori again, and this is what always makes him work. There goes the super in from Joker, the flying hook, the jump from Emmerich, but he goes into no man's land, lands, and can't do anything. Over aggression coming out. Salty remains, but 2v1 is not going to be going his way, surely. Joker looking for the pinch, and these porters are coming in like nobody's business. 2v1 in the top left, and where can he go? Absolutely nowhere. So,
and then later on, just made it shine. Going in then to Brawl for field goal. This could be the last set of this series if Reply Totem keep this up, and they may have just blocked out the one remaining opportunity for Mr.Dosa to be able to reclaim a set. But with a good draft here, no doubt about it, this could continue on. As we've said, Mr.Dosa are making moves, they are making plays, creating opportunities for themselves. As the bans come in, there's first draft of Cadillac, and that makes me worried already. Didn't even get to see the bans. Stu, Nita, and Crow for Reply Totem, Barley, Shelly, and also there the Willow for FM Mr.Dosa. And I think the Willow is quite a good ban as well, because Reply Totem do love to play it, but they also like to play a lot of other outrageous ideas. Primo is a big one for them, and I hope they've got a plan for that if it shows its face.
Yeah, I'm not sure a Brawl has ever been selected that fast. Cordelia is instantly coming in for Reply Totem, and you can't blame him for it either. Look at those win rates. Well, 94% win rate for Dynamite. And I mean, considering how unplayable Dynamite is on so many maps, for a map like this, for him to have 94%, it's a good sign overall. But Squeak did come in from Mr.Dosa as their return to that Cordelia's pick. And they got another one as well. They're going to have to heavily play against that, otherwise it's going to run rampant.
Macy gonna come in, and that's not the brawler I was hoping for. Again, it's probably actually one of those maps the most where it's best catered for her. I think if you're gonna play her, probably play her here. Or Brawl in general, she can have better moments, but again, I think there's better options still available here if they wanted to consider for it. I think B, Ems, there's a lot of the mid control which I'd be more entitled to choose over the Macy. Reply Totem coming in, there's the B. Will it be the Primo to back it up? I just kind of wonder. It's such an aggressive idea, which they do champion a lot. Dynamite going to come in. I mean, I'm pretty sure the win rates from last month and previous months have been devised over the course of global. So every sort of region combined into some stats. But they made it work in pit stop. There's no reason to expect that they won't make it work here again. And they know how to play it best. So I'm a bit concerned, honestly, for Mr.Dosa here.
Yeah, as am I. Definitely not the best. They've got Cordelius in the 94% win rate. Dynamite, you've got to be worried about Carl. Probably one of the better answers. Flying Hook, super, able to avoid so many of these Dynamite shots. Definitely going to be solid. But, I mean, can that really bring back everything that they have pinned against them by Reply Totem? I'm not sure. It's going to have to be one heck of a game from Jaku, I feel.
It really is. I mean, that's a final pick, and you've got to be honest, the Cordelius could easily cancel out that aggression. You know, if Zeku goes in on the wrong person at the wrong time, and the Cordelius is just there to just literally super and just deflate everything he has to bring to the table. You know, it's a tough ask. I just don't really see a world that you don't ban Cordelius here. I mean, throwers are strong. Willow, sure, can even score goal opportunities with her super, but I think you've got a ban, and already Mario just going straight in, holding W, getting value for it, and giving Reply Totem already such a groundwork in this match. Mario doing fantastic work on the right-hand side as well, these connections and just control. I mean, they're just coming out the gate swinging.
Oh dear, that's all I've got to say here. Jaku's going to go in, but the break from Maori, the strategy there from Salty keeps him alive, but how long for? Stun, everything gets thrown at him. Jaku's there to pick up the ball, but he can't even super that out. A pass to Mario or Mori, and a goal will come out of Reply Totem.
I mean, I'll give it to Salty there to defend that goal, which I was certain was going in regardless, but nonetheless, is it going to be enough? Because Reply Totem are already smelling the blood, already pushing forwards, and Maru just trying to connect on this right-hand side. Salty, of course, in the round, but Maru, in the meanwhile, is pushing forward so aggressively and causing a problem. Stun available to Maru. He won't connect it. Beautiful gadget again from Salty, and it's a team wipe. Mr.Dosa come out of that situation on top. Amazing from them.
Yeah, but the deflation instantly there as Cordelius comes out of spawn. That's something they've got to be scared of. Stay out of the range of the Shadow Realm. Otherwise, they're going to be getting dragged into it and not have a good time. There you go, and a few mushrooms are laying there for Mario to pick up as well. Get some heals. Gadget Pods gets the stun off, and the mute, obviously, as well. I mean, dragged back into the Shadow Realm once more, and now Mario just picking up some more mushrooms. More shots hitting him as well, and this is difficult for him now. Another mushroom, more heals. But Jaku does survive and even gets the kill.
This is a great response from Mr.Dosa, who have not really been in this game until now. Joker just flashing super there, won't connect it though, and that's going to be chance then for Mr.Dosa to push forwards more aggressively. Good help from Salty, can't find the follow-up though. Now with the gadget he can, and the super. Mary's connected, he'll go down to 150 HP. Can they secure this? Mr.Dosa, Salty's in the realm. He needs to get out of this before he can get a chance on goal. He's getting tapped into Maru, but just can't find the space. And that was a great super from Maru on to defend that situation. They're not out the woods by a long shot. With that super from Joker and the follow-ups from Mary, though they might just be. Zeka survives on, goes down now, but can Emmerich score from this? Off the line! Great defense from Reply. Totem and surely safe and sound with 10 seconds remaining.
So scrappy, but this is going to be a match point. Ball in the corner. Totem managed to defend it. Slow's going to be missed by Joker, but it's not going to matter. Cornelius picks up the left-hand side and drags Carl into the Shadow Realm. No time for him to get out, and Mr.Dosa in a terrible spot.
Into the realm, and that was the first pick by Reply Totem, and it wasn't banned, you know. Of course it's going to be the first pick. Rattled Hive early in for Joker, not going to find, though, very much. A bit of positioning power potentially here as everyone's clustered now. Now he'll find the value. Great work. Emmerich survives on, though, and Ziaku on the right-hand side as well. He might be able to get a flying hook out of this position if he wants, and just to go for Maori. I don't necessarily mind if it's a 3 versus 1. The ball gets clear, and that shot will get the takedown. The ball was not going in regardless, but nonetheless, they've alleviated the situation and defended. That was a very early start. That was 13 seconds of sheer aggression from Reply Totem.
Yeah, really nice from them. Gets brought into the Shadow Realm, though. It's Xaku who's going to be up against Maru here, and he's got this gadget available. Gets the mute off as well. Gets the kill. Might be able to get the cycle. Can he drag anybody else in? He's hit, and he does go down. But Macy, I think he was using the super there and didn't manage to get it off, so he wasted that. But Xaku coming out of spawn with the super. Still got flying hooks. Emmerich's got the super. Still got gadgets, too. They're not in a bad spot. But that early aggression from Totem was so scary.
Really was. Great gadget there. I like the residue there. Mr. Super there from Maru, and he goes down. This is the best chance, realistically, for Mr.Dosa. Fly hook in there from Ziaku. Goes for the super shot off the line by Joker. A bit misplaced potentially here as Maru can now continue to defend this. It might be the better just to kind of weave it forwards, but against the B, it's a tough thing to call. I mean, realistically there, though, Mr.Dosa had options, and those options have now exacerbated themselves.
Yeah, ball straight back in the corner from Joker, and Maru just trying to get another super here as well. Emmerich down this left-hand side. All Totem are pretty confident in the position they're in, and now super comes through, gets in the realm, gets the heal. Xaku's going to get the takedown, though, but he followed up, he was muted, he couldn't get the super off, and wasted it there. Rattled Hive, last one from Joker, gets big connections on the Maisie, deflates this push nicely. Super coming out of Maori there, and he can't avoid that one. Great pickups, 40 seconds on the clock, and you know, the first signs of Totem managing to push out since early game, but quickly shut down here by Salty as he picks up Maru.
So much action, but no goals have been scored here. And in overtime, I don't like Mr.Dosa's chances against the B. There's a great bomb there from Marius, continuing on, gets the stun follow-up as well. And that's a wide open goal for him, but the slow is there. And that's going to allow Mr.Dosa to respawn. Reply Totem have got to be able to whistle this down even more so. But Mari continues on. Follow-up shots again. And look at this. It's going to be a goal. Reply Totem have scored it. And there's not enough time for the response. Mr.Dosa are going to be exiting in the quarterfinals. Reply Totem will continue forwards, and they make the semi-finals.
Can't say we expected any difference, but that was a great performance out of both of those teams there. Reply Totem just seems so heavily in control throughout the majority of it. Knockout, they wavered a bit, but back in Brawl Ball, they looked so strong off the start. First game, perfect. Second game,